But it's not about the negative vibe, the positive vibe, the fish die. The fish die because there has been something wrong with your management, and not because, it's about your good deed or the bad deed or anything like that. A lot of people also get turtles and tortoises in the home, because of the feng shui and good luck. But for me, it's like, we have had a lot of clients who are vegetarian and get turtles, then they shift them to a vegetarian diet. So I feel that is not what should be done.
Please subscribe to our channel Talky Tales and do not forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we upload a video, you'll come to know.
My specialization is into aquatic animals. I do avians and exotic animals, but I am certified to do aquatic animals in India. So when I talk about aquatic animals, it's fish, it's invertebrate, it's your corals, it's your marine mammals, something outside the box. So I do that along with birds and rabbits and guinea pigs and hamsters. So everything from surgery to medicine, all of it for these animals. My inspiration started, I had a pet fish, and I had my fish for 4-5 years, and all of a sudden he was sick, unwell, and then I was doing my veterinary studies at that time, and I didn't know where to take my fish to, whom to take my fish to. So because of a lot of things, and he couldn't make it, I lost him. And then when I was training under, my mentor, Dr. Shivani, from where I learned about aquatics, we used to get a lot of fish cases on and off. But we know the basics, we didn't know how to go about it, how the diagnostic works like. And that fascinated me. And when you talk about the ocean, right, it's much more than what we have on the land. And it is still so unexplored. And I thought, why not give a chance and learn more about the creatures in the water. And that's how just the interest started, and since then it's just come a long way. So like my parents were not really animal lovers. Nobody in my family, in my generation, nobody had a pet dog. Like in my father's family, mother's family, nobody. But this place where I was living with, the community I was living with, everybody had a pet. And more than having a pet, they were very affectionate to it. So so I basically grew up in a chawl system, and we had a lot of stray dogs in the chawl. So there were some volunteers, like how we have now volunteers coming and taking care of the stray dogs. So they used to take care of maggot wounds and everything. And we as kids have been, we were growing up seeing all the love that they have. So that just sparked a sense of responsibility towards animals, like no, you cannot harass them, you cannot beat them. As kids, we would get very offended if somebody else would do anything to them, so if somebody is passing by our house and if somebody is misbehaving with the dog, we would not take it. So I think that's how it just developed. It's just about the community that I grew in. Like my family, I remembered the day I got my dog. My mom was like totally no, and my dad was being no. But I think slowly and steadily they understood that there is no way to escape, and yes, that's how everything began. So for me, the major important thing is you can buy the fish from the pet store, but there's nobody going to be he's not going to tell you, okay, what is the ideal filtration like, ideal setup like. So it's about that. But when I talk about diseases, problems, is the most important is parasite issues. A lot of fish have parasite issues. It's because of the husbandry management. People don't clean their tank for months and weeks, and then it deteriorates. The other thing is, the fish is either swimming, it's afloat, or it's sinking. So this is when there's swim bladder issue. Now this also happens if the fish has been under a stress period for a long time, when your management has gone wrong, and then there is an infection that subsides. So it can be bacterial infection, it can be viral infection. The major crisis is by the time it comes to me, it's already been treated with a multiple of things. So the owner, pet parent is first going to ask the aquarium guy, then he'll give you some medicines. Ideally they're not supposed to do that. So they will dispense some medicine. So the poor fish has been treated already for 2 to 3 weeks with things that it shouldn't be. And the problem lies somewhere else. Any animal, okay, let's not talk about just the fish, any animal that you get into the house, he's always going to take away all you know, more than the negative energy, positive energy ratio. I think so. It's about the mental peace that you feel when you have a pet around. You know, it's all it's a happy place. So it doesn't matter. You get a fish, you get a turtle, you get, you know, a dog. It's the way things, you know, start moving on. You know, you feel welcomed, you feel much more important. You know that you have somebody that you have to go home and, you know, you are really wanting to spend time to. When you keep a fish tank in the house, you know, the whole way the house look, it changes. The water, you know, the fish in that, it changes. It just makes the area much more lively, much more pleasant. But it's not about the negative vibe, the positive vibe, you know, the fish die. The fish die because there has been something wrong with your management, and not because, you know, it's about your good deed or the bad deed or anything like that. Probably you don't want more fish to die. You should connect to a vet, and, you know, you should make sure that you check if there's something going wrong with your water pH, your system, or anything like that. But I feel it is with any pet. A lot of people also get turtles and tortoises in the home, you know, because of the feng shui and good luck. But for me, it's like, you know, we have had a lot of clients who are vegetarian and get turtles, then they shift them to a vegetarian diet. So I feel that is not what should be done, you know. If any pet you are getting, you want to get it, it's not about the money, it's not about the wealth. You need to understand that it is also a living thing, and getting the right approach, getting the right husbandry, getting the right, you know, just a little idea about how to keep them is important. So talking about conservation, we have been, you know, dealing with a lot of wildlife that we are getting around. So at Super Pets itself, we have done necropsies of a couple of dolphins that we had got from the forest department. For us, the primary focus right now is to make sure that we reach out to people, we let them know that we are a facility over here working for marine conservation as well. Marine conservation needs a lot of attention, especially in a belt like Mumbai, because we have so much of work right now going on. We have coastal roads, this, that, and we have not understood what these beaches carry. So there are a lot of coral population that is there. There's a lot of invertebrate. Our fish population, our fish catches are from, you know, areas from our sea. All of this needs protection. We have no protection for sharks right now. We don't have protection for rays. We have only protection for selected number of animals. And the problem is all of this comes in bycatch. So yes, with conservation part, we are working towards, you know, how much ever we can contribute to the wildlife that is there with aquatics. But it is also important for people to know that we are, as a facility, we are doing work with aquatics, and they can always feel free to approach us and, you know, let us know how we can help them. So at Super Pets, we get a lot of urban wildlife. So we have got, you know, we've got seagulls, we have got owl. We had got these animals from Alibag. You know, we had people, volunteers getting us from Alibag, which need immediate treatment. So we had an owl whose one of the limbs was, you know, all necrosed, because just somebody who was keeping the owl, who had rescued the owl, didn't know how to bandage it and how to take care of it, and eventually the foot got necrosed and we had to amputate it. We have got a case where we have, you know, turtle with a hook line inside. So because Dr. Yash is an endoscopist, so, and we have an endoscope facility, we managed to use the endoscope and remove the hook, and then these animals are again released back from where, you know, they were found, the area that they were caught. We have an hospitalization facility as well for these animals, where until and unless we feel okay, you know, they are good to be released to another rehab facility, they are treated here, monitored here. For the first time, we also have a fish hospitalization facility, which a lot of people have been looking out on. So yes, we do admit fish, we treat them. Once they get better, you can, you know, take them home. It's just because it's not possible for you to get them, you know, every day to the clinic. They undergo a lot of stress. So we have a full-on tank setup for them. For birds as well. With birds, I would like to say we have got a lot of rescued birds. So for rescued birds also, we have, you know, good places where we keep them. It's more like an aviary, a short aviary. So it's happy to see, a lot of urban wildlife around, and how their stories have changed our way of looking at things. A lot of people also feel that clinics are all about money and business, and what do we do outside the box. But I would like to tell them there's so much that we still do outside the box, because when we do endoscopy, when we do amputations, when we do surgeries, we do not do any private collection of funds or anything. It's just through the the love and the passion that we have for these animals, and as a contribution towards our wildlife, we do all of it. So I would just like to tell that if you have any wildlife that you come across and you need help, you can always reach out to us.
I would like to thank each and every one of you all for subscribing our channel, for liking and for commenting, and for all your suggestions that you all have given us. We really appreciate all your active participation for Talky Tales. Thank you.